Hello everybody, it is Adam from SoGoSurvey, and today we're here to talk about how work anywhere momentum is impacting recruiting. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Pre-pandemic, the idea of working from home was often met with resistance by employers and/or employees. When quarantine forced millions to stay home, people began to adapt to working remotely and work processes and attitudes shifted. Especially among highly skilled, highly educated workers, it has become clear that they can work just as effectively away from the office 3 to 5 days a week. A McKinsey report suggests that hybrid models of remote work are likely to persist in the wake of the pandemic. So, what does this all mean for recruiting and hiring? During the pandemic, these efforts had to move online. Zoom interviews, remote onboarding, and bringing new hires into a fully virtual work environment became the norm. Recruiting and hiring in the remote work environment. With recruiting and hiring moving online, digital strategies are essential, especially when it comes to appealing to digital natives in the workforce. Opening job opportunities to the remote worker can lead to a pool of potential employees with richer experience, education, and professional networks. Finding the best talent for the right role requires recruiters to target online job search advertising, learn which digital channels are the best talent sources, and make the digital budget stretch further. In one survey, hiring managers plan to interview candidates by video, 82%, onboard starters virtually, 41%, make offers without first meeting face-to-face, and that was 32%. This means those working in staffing also need to familiarize themselves with evolving technologies. Training hiring managers to adapt privacy and security considerations is also important. How Work Anywhere is shaping candidate expectations. In a conference board survey, 77% of respondents expected an increase in employees working remotely at least a few days a week, even 12 months after the COVID-19 pandemic has ended. After all, as McKinsey observed, more employers were seeing somewhat better productivity from their remote workers 9 months into the pandemic. With a supporting connectivity infrastructure, employees enjoyed greater productivity, less time wasted commuting, and more flexible hours. A late 2020 PwC survey found both executives and office workers support a permanent flexible work week. In June 2020, 73% of employers labeled the shift to remote work a success. 6 months later, 83%, a game changer for recruiting and hiring. One recruiter suggested workers will classify employers into one of 4 categories: employers that are remote first, employers that are remote friendly, employers that can't accommodate remote workers but might offer a flexible schedule, and employers that don't get it. Candidates are looking for the flexibility and freedom of work anywhere culture. As a result, they're doing more research before taking on a new role, asking questions, checking sources, verifying answers, and digging deeper into company culture. This is pushing recruiters to reposition how they talk about work-life balance. It needs to be a differentiator. The office is here to stay. Still, this isn't the end of the office. Employees do want to return to the office to some degree. Some 87% of the employees surveyed by PwC said that the office is important for collaborating with team members and building relationships. The office is also where employees see themselves accessing equipment, training, or documents. Meanwhile, employers want employees in the building to meet clients and build corporate culture. The office environment is also critical for least experienced workers, according to PwC. Respondents with less than 5 years of experience were more likely to want to be in the office more often. 30% prefer being remote no more than 1 day a week versus just 20% of all respondents, and 34% are more likely to feel less productive while working remotely compared to 23%. Employees at all experience levels also acknowledge some activities are better done face-to-face. Coaching and providing support and feedback are more likely to be successful in person. Ready your business for the hybrid workforce. The work anywhere environment has its advantages for both employers and employees. Encouraging employee engagement and communicating business culture will be important, even though the office isn't going away entirely. HR must increase personalization to be successful. Customizing which employee groups work from home and how often can offer a competitive advantage. If you want to learn more, we have the full blog on our website, or you can watch some more of our YouTube videos or listen to some of our podcasts. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful week.